So here's also Isaiah 14 verse 2, but this is gonna be the judgment for what they've been doing, man. Verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place in the house of Israel, shall possess them in the land of the Yahweh, for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. There you have it. Verse 3, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow. Because we're sorrowful. You see that mother, she had to leave her 14-year-old son and her 8-month-old baby to take and move for her peace. Oh, no, not her baby, but her 14-year-old son alone to send him down there. Which is still, which that's old enough, that's pretty. We're pretty much supposed to be a man by then, but even then, still, dude, that's very sorrowful right there. And from thy fear, because we're fearful, man, we fear Edom, the laws and unrighteous laws he be passing. Whose captives taught, and what's next is going to tell you to take the R5 chip, which is a prophecy in Revelation 13:15 on down. Before I get that, I'm going to get Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and right grievousness which they have prescribed. 2. To turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that woman is there as a widow. And that they may rob the fatherless. And that kid is a fatherless, man. He's fatherless, and they just separated him from his mother and his little baby sister. So it is Isaiah 14 verse 3. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve. Come on, man. And that's just going to be the judgment on Edom, man. With their presidents, their elites, and as I look up to the sun right now, the clouds, I'm seeing a chemtrail, and that's another wicked thing, like right, very close above me, pretty close. But that's straight, because the Most High has us under His protection plan with His angels, man. The Most High's protection plan. But yeah, man, I mean, that's crazy, But as well, 2/3 of our people are going to be destroyed and gone and desolated. But even then, doesn't give Edom the right to do that shit he's doing to our people, So he's going to pay for that at the end of the day. And plus, because he's doing that to the prophets, man. And he's going to do that. That's going to come to us, man. Brothers might have to get separated from their wives, their children. Whoever is from each other, Brothers separated from brothers in this truth. Brothers in this truth being separated from each other. However, the Most High works it out in that day when Jacob's trouble comes, because it is going to come. I'm going to close out with this. Jeremiah 30, verse 7. Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. And even now, but in a bigger way in the future, though. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And who is Jacob? Jacob is the so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, and the so-called Native American Indians, man. And that's who it's going to start with. Okay, it says in the New Testament, judgment shall begin at my house. The Most High said, man, whose name is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahweh Shai. And the mark of the beast, the RFID microchip, which is the RFID microchip, the biochip, that's the size of a grain of rice. You're going to take in your hands. That is the mark of the beast, man. You take that, man, you're making a compact to deal with Satan. Basically a covenant, man. Because that's also in the laws. When you get a mark in your ear, an owl they call it in the KJV version, or earring, for modern term, Yeah, that's making a deal, meaning you want to stay with your master, which our master is actually outside, you know. But yeah, with that, I pray and hope this is edifying. Call Allah Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shan. Till next time, Shalom.